All right, everybody's favorite segment, Stump My Nephew. We found out that my nephew, who's right next to me here, is he's right. Oh no, he's right there. My nephew Sam is actually really, really good at gun trivia. Has a lot in his noggin when it comes to ammo and history and guns and all kinds of weapon trivia and whatnot. Extremely hard to stump, but I got to say, you're coming off a week where you got stumped. Last week you got stumped, and I never say this. I think this guy is going to stump you. This is a very interesting question. It might even be a little bit of a gotcha question. I think you're going to have a difficult time, but we're all going to learn something. We're all going to have fun, and I don't know. We'll see. I got to tell you, I haven't written you off, but here we go. How do you feel? How do you feel coming off a loss, Sam?
Oh, I don't know that with that build up, you're kind of making me nervous. But
Good. That's the idea.
It's not the end of the world. I'm not out here putting out house fires or something. I'm answering trivia questions.
All right. Well, here we go. You ready?
Let's have it.
Jerry from Orange County, California. He asks, "What is the oldest weapon in continuous, unbroken service in the U.S. military inventory?" I'm going to read that to you one more time.
Okay.
What is the oldest weapon in continuous, unbroken service in the U.S. military inventory? Go ahead.
All right. Jerry from beautiful Orange County, California. Thank you very much for writing in. What is the oldest weapon in continuous, unbroken service in the U.S. military? First of all, I need to ask for clarification. Is this a small arm, or does he consider like an airplane a weapon? I don't think that changes my answer, but
this absolutely is a small arm.
Okay. I'm going to give you two answers.
It's not. I'll tell you. It's not like. Yeah, you're right. It's not like a missile or a airplane or an aircraft carrier or something like that. This is a small arm.
I felt the need to ask for clarification, but it occurred to me as I asked that it wouldn't really apply to either of these. Now, the reason I'll give you two answers is because one of them has been one of them is an answer that people throw around a lot, but it does not satisfy the unbroken requirement.
Okay.
So that one would be the M1911 platform.
Okay.
It was adopted in 1911, hence the name. And in its most recent incarnation was used by MARSOC operators, that's Marine Corps Special Operations, as the M45A1. Now, MARSOC stopped using M45A1s a few years ago in favor of standardization with the rest of the fleet, to my knowledge, and have moved over to using 9mm pistols. I have seen I've been to the place where M45A1s are worked on and where 1911s are rebuilt for the Marine Corps shooting teams. And as far as I can remember, those guys said, yeah, we're not working on 1911s anymore. They're not using M45A1s anymore. They moved to either, I would guess it would have to be they moved to Glocks and then moved to SIGs once the M17 and M18 were adopted. The other one, the one that I believe.
So wait. So just for clarify. You're saying up 1911s, but I'm saying it's service has been broken. Okay, so people may believe it's the 1911, but it's not.
Yes. Again, as far as I am aware, the M45A1 is no longer used in any serious capacity. I'm sure they're still sitting around in armories somewhere, but that's my answer. My other answer for actual continuous unbroken service, in my professional opinion, again, I might be wrong, is the M2 heavy machine gun. It was adopted in, I believe, 1928 or thereabouts, and has been not only in continuous service with the U.S. military since then in ground and aircraft and ship mounts, but has been used by countless other militaries and irregular groups the world over, and production might have been broken during World War II, but use wasn't, because it was made by FN in Belgium. And when Nazi Germany invaded the Low Countries, they would have shut down production of it. But FN is still making M2s at their factory in Belgium, and I believe at their factory in South Carolina here in the US. So that would have to be my answer for longest unbroken service. Again, I'm pretty sure the M45A1 is no longer used, but I would suspect that that's probably what's in the answer because that's a popular one.
So you think it's the FN machine gun?
I think it is the M2, yes.
M2, which is a good FN machine gun, right? Okay, you're not going to be happy. You're going to be very unhappy. Like I said, there's a little bit of a gotcha question. And I don't know, maybe you'll lodge a complaint and counter this, but here's the answer. You ready?
Is it going to be a bayonet or something?
Marine non-commissioned officer NCO sword. M1859. Not the Marmaluke sword, by the way. In 1805, during the Barbary War, First Lieutenant Presley O'Bannon, and a crew attacked the city of Derma in present-day Libya. That's the first time the American flag was raised in victory on foreign soil. They were armed with an M1859 sword, or M1859 swords. It was 20 years later that the Marmaluke sword was made official for officers in the Marine Corps, but it is the M1859 Marine non-commissioned officer sword that's the oldest weapon in continuous unbroken service in the U.S. military inventory. What do you think, man?
He got me. Yep. He got me good. I feel like I've heard that factoid somewhere before, so I have even less excuse to have gotten it wrong. But
that's a good question.
A great question. Yeah.
I got to tell you, if we were to, I wish we should have kept a log. I don't know how many questions you've answered at this point. It's in the hundreds. It's every week for 6-7 years.
Yeah.
And of those hundreds, this is easily top 10, a top 10 question.
Yeah, that's a great one.
It is. Okay, well, good job, Jerry from Orange County. You're going to get a special gift. You're going to get a hat or a T-shirt. And excellent work, man. And I'm sure everybody, there are a bunch of people watching this show eating crayons right now, extremely happy, loving this question. I thought it was a very, very good question. I love the history, the Barbary Coast, Lieutenant Presley O'Bannon. This whole thing was excellent done. Well done. Excellently done. All right, man.
I hear those make really good cake knives too.
You're okay. That's 2 in a row, man. You got to come back strong next week. I'm starting to worry. But I thought it was a really excellent question. In all seriousness. All right, there you go. Stump My Nephew. Someone actually did it. Congratulations. Again, the M1859 non-commissioned officer sword is the oldest weapon in continuous unbroken service in the U.S. military inventory, thanks to a motivated Marine, First Lieutenant Presley O'Bannon. So there you go. Fantastic job. See you next week.
See you next week. Thanks for having me on.
Are you looking to clean, lubricate, and protect your firearm with a green engineered product which has been battlefield tested and proven best to protect your firearm investment? Seal One is the revolutionary liquid cleaner that cuts through carbon buildup and protects against copper, lead, and future fouling. Clean, lube, and protect in one with Seal One. Ask your local gun shop or log on to seal1.com.
If you liked that segment, be sure to give us a like, a comment, and go to youtube.com/gunownersradio and subscribe to our channel. Be sure to share us with a friend. Every view counts.